104.1 KRBE. It's the Roula and Ryan show. So summer's here. Vacation time is upon us. Maybe you could educate us. You know, you were really excited about going to this place. You got there and you're like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was.
Okay, listen, let's all just agree that when you are planning a vacation, you are sacrificing time and money, hoping it is in exchange for a great time and some memories.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right? So nobody wants to go somewhere and be like, this sucks. We should have never gone here.
Yeah.
Why does anybody write about this in the reviews?
And everybody could go to, all five of us could go to
the same place.
Have different
opinions.
Different opinions.
Think it sucks or think it's awesome.
This is all based on your personal opinion.
These cruise ships stop. I mean, they keep stopping in Cozumel. I mean, isn't
Always.
there another Mexican spot you can stop in? They've been stopping there for 30 years.
And some
Well,
of that
somehow they
I've
must
always
be
heard that about cruise ships in Cozumel. Like, why?
they must
what's
be
the draw?
incentivized by that
Is there
town.
some like law, like maritime law?
must be like the only one
has
that's
to
in the
stop
middle
there.
there to get there.
Well, it is an island, and it probably makes it easier for them to tie up rather than go. I don't know, but it is boring AF there.
I do the four-wheeling.
713-390 KRVE. You tell us where you went, and you do not recommend. You do not recommend because it wasn't a good time for you. Patricia is up first. Hey, Patricia. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Tell us where you went that you would say nope for a second time.
I would definitely recommend people not go to Key Largo, Florida. I thought it was going to be amazing. I mean, they make songs about it, you know, like Key Largo. Well, don't go. Don't go. Suck it up. Drive the additional 2 hours to Key West, or just stay in Miami. Don't go to Key Largo.
I would like to
It's
agree
boring.
with Patricia about
funny.
one thing. Patricia, I went to Key Largo with my husband last year, and the thing that shocked us, and you tell me if the same thing happened to you, is the water is so hot. The water is not
Oh, really?
refreshing at all. It is
warm.
so
No, you're
hot.
on the beach. Yes, you're on the beach. You think you go in the water to get refreshed. No, the water is
hot.
hotter
It's
than it is
hot.
on land.
And one thing you have to know about
It's
Key
horrible.
West is there's not really any beaches. They're kind of corally. There's one or two that are you can deal
Okay.
with it, but you do have to kind of go up to another key to get that full-on beach
Is it like
experience.
a pebbly beach?
I would say
Gotcha.
Shelly.
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 Okay.
Shelly.
Stay Miami.
And the other shocker that I saw, and I think I talked about this when I got back last year, is like, you know how every restaurant now has paper straws because we want to save the turtles?
Yes. Good for
I
the
am
environment.
in the water in Key Largo. Patricia, you know where I'm going with this? You are in the water in Key Largo being served drinks with plastic straws. In the water.
That's
Yeah.
not good.
While the nurse sharks are coming around you. You're like, oh, sorry, little turtles. They were giving plastic straws at the
Sorry.
bars in the water. And here in Houston, I've got paper straws.
Well, you know, if you just stay in Key West, you can do little day trips to the other keys.
Yes.
And renting a moped in Key West is so fun. But if you feel dangerous about that, rent a bicycle because it's absolutely easy to do the whole island on bike.
Is
So
the water
the bottom line
refreshing
is-
in Key West
I thought it
versus
was.
Key Largo?
I think it really just depends when you go.
Okay.
Spend the extra 2 hours, go to
Yeah.
Key West, avoid Key Largo.
But paper straws in the
Yeah.
water is not a good combination. That's
No,
probably
because
why
it
they
would.
it would
They would
paper.
dissolve.
It'll
Yeah.
dissolve. That's,
The
those
whole
straws-
reason, but Eric, the whole
plastic don't.
reason is the plastic
But that's what I'm
straws
saying. That's
to
why they
save
give
the
you
turtles.
That's why they gave you to have the fancy drink in the pool or whatever you're at in the water. Is because of
Just
that.
ask for no straw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was a
I mean, it
frozen
makes sense.
mojito.
They should have paper in there, but the
Just
water
shovel
paper.
it in your
Yeah.
mouth for a
Frozen mojito.
It lasts
Pushing it
one
in.
drink. You know, the straw
Yeah, it
lasts
really
probably
does.
for one drink.
Yeah.
I hate the.
All right,
taste of
Patricia, we
paper
put
on it.
Key Largo as a warning because of the fact that it's very hot and not refreshing. And in her idea, it was
People are
boring.
defending Cozumel, by the way, on text.
Are they?
Cozumel isn't boring, Kevin. I was just there last week.
I mean, it's a stone's throw away from Cancun.
Like if you like to scuba,
Yeah.
you're a scuba diver. That's an amazing place. They say.
Yeah, the
I did
coral
the
reefs.
four-wheeling. I always go to on a cruise ship.
Mm-hmm.
We always get that hotel, and we just get a room for a day, even though we're only there for like 6 hours. And then we'd
Oh,
use
must
their
be nice.
pool and amenities and stuff, and have a shower.
And also,
get back on the ship.
can we geographically correct something? Key Largo is so far from Key West.
If you said 2.5 hours.
No.
That's not too far.
If you drove to Key Largo, you still have like another, I feel like with the traffic, there's only one way in and one way out. You're like looking at 4 hours in the car.
No, I just
So might as well
mapped it.
fly
It's
in
like
there.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's at Key Largo is at the very top.
2 hours and 12
And
minutes.
Key West is at the
Largo.
very farther part of the peninsula of going down to the Keys.
Yeah.
So
it's only
then-
about 2 hours. I just Googled it.
Oh, shocker. I
Yeah,
thought it was
because
it's
the whole
97
entire
miles
strand,
away, Roula.
Yeah, the
Is how
whole
long?
strand is like 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I felt like with traffic, it took us 2 hours to get from Miami
Probably because
to...
it's a one road.
Yeah.
It's
But yeah.
55 the whole way.
yes,
55
that's what I'm
miles an
saying.
hour.
It's
And
gonna
it's
take you
97
longer.
miles. It's 2
And
hours and
look
12
at
minutes
all
to
of the
get there.
mailboxes. Those are my favorite things.
I
Not
don't know
stupid.
about that.
That
What?
sounds like the worst vacation ever.
There's the mailboxes, guys.
I got a whole photo of them of mailboxes.
Hey, let's go
Oh
to the next
my
caller.
gosh,
Three?
they have
He said
manatee
three. He said go to-
mailboxes.
713-390-KRBE. Wait, what line are you saying?
You said 3.
3.
Oh, hold on. Hold on, Tucson. I'll come right back to you. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Let me go to Shannon. Apparently, Shannon has a shocker to tell us.
Oh.
Shannon, for people just tuning in, we're talking about where not to go on vacation because you did not have a good time. What happened there?
So we went to the Hard Rock Hotel in the Dominican Republic, and it was by far the worst vacation I have ever had, and I've been a lot of places.
I was
What
there
happened
once.
there?
What was your experience? I want to see where.
So the first night we went out, obviously out to the pool. We got there in the afternoon. They closed. Not only did they close the pool bar at 5 p.m., but they closed all the pools
What?
at 5 p.m. Like
What?
the sun is still up.
Why?
Like we were like, can we just stay around the pool? And they're like, no, you have the whole pool is closed. So we all had to leave. And then the only restaurant there that had any decent food, you had to pay for. It was all inclusive, but you had to.
Oh,
For the
upgrade.
decent food, you actually had to pay for.
Oh,
They do that on cruise ships
The only
sometimes.
thing we did there, did you do the hibachi place, like fried rice?
Yes,
I did
that
was the only.
was decent.
That was the only thing I could eat there because everything else, and you couldn't just walk to the beach. You had to take like golf carts. They'd come
Yeah.
around and pick you
Far
up.
away.
Yes,
It
it
took
was the weirdest thing. It was the weirdest thing. And the worst part was
Garbage smell
I
too.
went with my boyfriend that I just met, and he went with like his friends group.
Uh-huh.
And so they went golfing the entire first day. And the women, the girlfriends and the wives were like, where are they? Like, they have been gone way too long.
Uh-oh.
Well, come to find out, they had chartered like a van because they had all their golf clubs and stuff. So they chartered a van, and they got hijacked
Oh, my God.
on their way back and had to literally, like, I hate to say it, beat up the driver to
Oh, my
force him
God.
to take them back
Oh, my
to
God.
their hotel. Yeah, they were like, they had like got like hijacked and like pulled out of the van by these guys.
So your experience
and were
is-
asked for all their money.
Damn.
It's not safe.
No, it's not safe. They even did last week. Didn't they do a warning not to
Uh-huh.
go there?
Yeah.
Dominican Republic right now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
There's always been like
it
a
was
revolution nearby.
Yeah. The only reason I went there a couple years ago during Christmas time is because the water is still warm.
Uh-huh.
Like you want to farther, you can go down there because you can't go
Yeah.
in January. December is kind of chilly.
The only time I ever went was when we
don't-
all went 20 years
Yeah.
ago, and
People are
I was
saying-
not impressed.
Dominican Republic sucks on text.
You're right, but that hotel,
The water's beautiful.
Food, you're right because it's all inclusive. The food should be.
Do you
all right.
remember
Yeah,
how
it's
hard it
horrible.
was to
Sorry about that,
like, the
Shannon.
drinks were watered down.
That's
Remember,
scary.
we're drinking, and couldn't get a buzz. And then when we got to the airport, we had real liquor, and then we're like, oh my God.
That's stuff you got to be careful too with places.
Right.
Yeah.
Who knows what they're putting in the drinks? Careful on that. Toussaint is up next. We're asking the question, where have you been on vacation that you would not recommend? Hi, Toussaint. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Hello.
Hey, fantastic.
Okay, tell us what we're
Good,
going to write on
sir.
our list, Toussaint, because you had a bad time there. Where
you
is
got?
it?
Please, for the love of God, do not waste your money in the Bahamas.
Really?
Oh, no way. I disagree. Oh,
Wait, tell us why. Hold on. Let's find out why. Let's find out why. Toussaint, why? Why did you have a bad time in the Bahamas?
This is the reason.
Okay.
They are the shystiest people. They are non-welcoming. They are not. They're just crazy. They do not like visitors.
Where did you stay?
It's like, yeah.
Where'd you
it's-
stay?
What the thing is, this is the thing. It's the most expensive place I've been to over 40 countries.
It is
Okay?
expensive.
And I'm going to tell you this. Other than London, it is the second most expensive place I have ever been. And it's a stone's throw away from Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, so where did you stay? Where did you stay when you went there?
I went twice. One time I went to Freeport. The next time I went with a group to Nassau. And we were even in Atlantis. The lady, we were ordering drinks while we were gambling. She never even showed back up.
Oh, come on.
Come on, you're killing me.
No,
I
wait,
had
Tucson,
total
can you-
opposite.
One experience after another.
Hey,
Even
Tucson.
the first time I went. Yeah.
Real
That
quick,
blows.
have you called our show before because you travel so much? You said you've been in 40 countries. I think I follow you on Instagram. Don't you go to a lot of different
Oh, yeah.
countries? Is that you?
Do I what?
Do you post a lot about your vacations?
I sure do.
Yeah.
I could have sworn I thought I followed you on Instagram.
Yeah, look up on your
that
Instagram
you
and
go
see.
so much
What's your Instagram handle?
to all these places. That's why
It
you
is-
really can
it-
speak with experience.
It's 2sheezy73.
Okay.
No, then I don't think that's it. I thought it had your name two songs in there.
TWO.
No,
I'm sorry that you had a bad time there.
TWO Sheezy, SHEEZY 73.
Okay, because I thought you had called us about how to get like points and stuff and how you always fly free. That wasn't you?
I
Okay,
actually
another guy.
tell a lot of friends how you can almost virtually go anywhere for $700 in the world.
Wow.
You just
Well,
have to be.
you're right,
You
Bahamas.
time everything correct. Other than
Bahamas is very
Australia.
It's
expensive.
expensive. Like you
It's
go to
so
Atlantis,
expensive.
Bahamar.
Bahamar is
Oh,
really
my
nice.
God.
I mean, I've been there
You're
4
right.
times now, and I loved it. I
Exuma.
loved it.
But I
I think
will-
Zoom is the most beautiful place on earth.
Can I add this too? I just
Water's pretty,
talked
get
to a
there fast.
family friend
Yeah, yeah.
who told me they just got back from the Bahamas and it was 2 groups of families and they, after like 2 many days, you feel like, we really are spending a lot more money than we thought we would be
It's
spending.
not cheap,
But,
I'll
like,
say that.
There are some hotels, if you like, Atlantis has a certain area with a little kitchen in it, and you can go over the bridge and you can get eggs and stuff and bagels. You can make like a breakfast right there for the family.
Instead of
Save-
having to go
save-
spend
Atlantis is
$300
great if
on
you're
breakfast.
taking kids.
$100.
Yeah.
If you've got kids, go to Atlantis. If you don't have kids, go to Bahamar.
Oh.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Bahamar, same as it's good for kids too. It's got
Is it
all the
also
rides
very
and
expensive?
stuff.
So I would say it's not cheap.
I even did like a little thing. They have a little island in the Bahamar. You got this little boat. It's like 5 minutes, and you do that little. It's like a little torpedo thing. It drives you around. You gotta be careful; your pants will fall off.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And then
I
you
know
go
what
to
you're
water.
talking about, yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, they're both.
I loved it, though. Boy, I'm sorry you had a bad
Tucson
time
said it
there.
was triple the price and people were rude. Okay, 713-390-KRBE. What other vacation spots have our Rule and Ryan Show listeners gone to where they are giving you the warning, don't go there. Save your money and go somewhere else on vacation. We'll continue next on the Rule and Ryan Show. It takes a lot to plan vacation. You got to take days off from work and you got to spend the money on the flights
Yep.
and pack your bags and get your family organized or your mate organized. Where did you go and it was not what you wanted it to be?
I went to Riviera Maya last year, and the place was beautiful. Well, the hotel, because the ladies that I went to, it was a girls' trip. The first one without me, like taking girls' trips with my family members, and those were amazing.
Got it?
Last year, when I went with girlfriends, they made it so difficult. They were complaining about everything. They went to take pictures, basically. Went to the beach. We didn't get in the water. Went to the pool. Didn't get in the water.
Why?
Because these ladies, they're all into Instagram and did not want to do anything but post pictures.
Oh, so Riviera Maya sucks because of the company you were with, not because of the actual place.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's funny. The friends, they just wanted
Friends ruined it for you.
That sucks.
More concerned about the gram.
I took 5 days out of work.
Oh.
Which I could have gone anywhere with my boyfriend, spent so much money, and these ladies did not even want to leave the hotel. We got dressed 5 times a day.
Wow.
Because
Because of the pictures.
They wanted the gram.
Gotta do it for the gram.
God. So they literally took the
Yes.
trip just for the pictures and not actually enjoy the trip at all. Just make it look like they were
No.
enjoying the trip.
What did you want to do? Like, what was your plan that you were hoping they would want to do with you?
I wanted to go out seeing, do the excursions around the city, just go to the market and everything. That's normally what I do when I go to Mexico, go on excursions, get out of the hotel. No, they didn't want to do that. And always go take pictures, get dressed 5 times a day, back and forth, and just pictures. And I was like, let's get a taxi from a hotel and let's go sightseeing. No, that's too dangerous.
So your warning wouldn't necessarily be against the location. The people you're with
Your friend.
is who you would warn people
was
about.
I don't understand
Yeah,
though. You didn't
so-
ask your friends before that. Like Kevin knows. Like if I go with my family, that we stay in these all-inclusive, nice places. We like to stay on that property where it's it's safer. Cancun area and Riviera up there is not always the safest area.
No.
Some people
No,
don't feel
it-
comfortable like going in a car, going to a club at night. and you never know what
Well,
could
the-
happen.
True.
Did you know that
Well, these
beforehand?
girls- No, I asked them, and they were like, "Yeah, we're down for doing everything." And then we get there, and it's like in the hotel. Didn't even go to the parties. This was the end of the year, like Labor Day, September. Yeah. So they had a white party. During the day, we were wearing white. When we went to the party at night, this girl suggested, "Oh, we should get into more cute outfits."
Oh my God! No,
Oh
with the
my God,
outfits,
those
I can't.
people, yeah.
I'm annoyed for you. See, that's another
But
whole
you should
thing.
know
You
your
got to know
friends.
who you're going with because that can absolutely break your trip or make your trip.
You just got to avoid the gram addicts.
I don't think any of us, unless we, can you tell us who your friends are so that we all know not to go with them? 'Cause that's the only way it's-
exactly.
For this segment, it's going to help
Place
us.
sounds very nice. It just sounds like your friends suck.
On text, real quick, people are saying we had some people calling about Dominican Republic and it was not a good time. And usually when somebody says something's not a good time, others will back it up on text and say, "Oh, that was a great time." Like for Bahamas, people think that people are nice there.
I
Y'all,
thought they were nice
everybody
in
on
Bahamas.
text about Dominican Republic are saying horrible stories happened to them there.
There's one
horrible
person that
things.
they stay at a different hotel.
Well, just overall, look at all these
That
bad,
just scares me when you're
this
golfing.
bad PR for the Dominican Republic on text. My God.
Yeah.
Alcohol poisoning, getting lost all the time, nobody helping you, all these things. I'm like, oh, good. 713-390-KRBE is our phone number. Tell us where not to go on vacation. You want to save somebody the drama and save somebody the trouble. Let's go to, is it Keston? Keston. Like Weston, but Keston? Am I saying your name right?
Yes, it's Keston.
Keston.
Hey, Keston.
Hi, welcome to the show. Where's a place you went on vacation that you would not recommend?
Okay, I can have a little different twist, right? A lot of people always say don't go to Cuba because of the embargo and, the bad relationship with the U.S. But, I mean, you can have a really good time in Cuba, man, you know? You just got to know how to act, how to do do stuff.
Is it hard? Can we go there now, though?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
I'm always confused. I always
you
feel
can.
like
Yes, you can. One of the key categories that you can go is in support of the Cuban people. So whenever you buy your ticket, the airline asks you what's your reason for going to Cuba, and you select in support of the Cuban people.
Oh.
And to do
that's
that,
interesting.
you got to stay in Airbnbs. You do activities that the Cuban people, so you do a lot of stuff directly with the Cuban people without like supporting the Cuban
But you
government,
can't just book a ticket and go to a resort there.
As Americans, no, you're not
Really?
really supposed to.
I thought you had to go
I mean,
like a different, like Canada could go there, right? Or other countries.
Well, now
Yeah.
we can. It says here you can travel to
United.
Cuba with your standard U.S. passport, but to
I
avoid
thought they
any
stopped that
issues,
again.
ensure your passport's valid for at least 6 months after your trip to Cuba. So you
Right.
can't have
And
a passport that's
and
gonna-
Roula, I was the one who we spoke on Instagram before regarding traveling, not entirely free, but with points and
Yes,
point
yes.
system,
What's your name? I mean, I know it's Keston, but what's your
Um,
Instagram name?
It's Trini. That's
what it
TRINI _ cowboy. I'm from Trinidad and
That's
Tobago,
right.
but I live in Texas. So
And he
Trini
travels a lot.
_ cowboy.
Yes,
And like I
Trini
tell,
Cowboy.
like I tell people, right? It's very, very simple. Like, okay, here's what you do. If you know that you're going to make a large purchase, right? Instead of just using the cash to do that, you apply for a credit card that has a really high sign-up bonus. You use that card to make that purchase, and then you use the cash to pay it off.
Right.
So you don't stay in debt, and you can get like 80,000 points, 100,000 points, whatever, just from buying something that you were already going to buy anyway.
And that's a free
what-
plane ticket.
As long as you pay it
that's
off,
what
like
me
you
and my
said.
wife. Yeah.
That's the key.
My wife, me, and my toddler son. We travel. I've been to like 48 countries. She has been to 30-something countries. My son, he's 2.5, and he's been to 10 countries.
Wow.
Just from, and he loves to travel. He loves to do all that type of stuff.
Hey, when
It's
you were
just
in
a kind of
Cuba,
thing.
is it true like all the cars are from like the 50s, like the really old cars?
Yes, and
That's
that's what I
crazy.
love about Cuba is that, you go there and you feel like if you're in the 1960s, It's like time just stood still, and it's a real nice cultural experience. And that's why it was hard for me to kind of answer this question, because I've been to a lot of places and I enjoy myself everywhere because I'm all about the culture aspect of it.
Yeah.
Soak it in.
I can be anywhere. And you just find, well, I do my research, obviously, but you just try to stick to the cultural side. And once you do that, you'll have a good time.
All right. Well, thanks.
That's good to know.
Keston.
Southwest Airlines just had a promotion like that in February where if you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months, then you get a companion pass for the rest of the year.
Nice.
Don't you know Booster's flying free now?
Wow.
So I looked up Havana, Cuba on Southwest Airlines, and sure enough, they do go
Nice.
there.